Hello and welcome. It's time for lights, camera, cricket. Exciting action from the IPL, and it is Chennai who have once again returned to the top of the table with a thumping win over Rajasthan. Great performance by the table toppers out there. Opting to bat first, Chennai lost 2 quick wickets, but Brendan McCullum once again showed class as he scored a blistering 81 of just 61 deliveries. He was ably supported at the other end by Faf du Plessis, who scored a 25 ball 29 as Chennai finished with 157 for the loss of 5 wickets. Chris Morris was at his destructive best as he picked up 3 wickets at the expense of just 19 runs. Rajasthan could actually never find their feet during the chase. Rahane and Watson got starts but could not convert them into bigger scores. Ravindra Jadeja wreaked havoc as he picked 4 wickets for giving away just 11 runs at an economy rate of just 2.75. Great performance out there, and Jadeja's spell plus some outstanding fielding by Dwayne Bravo made Chennai win this match by 12 runs. Well, it's now time to look at who our player of the day is, and without doubt, Ravindra Jadeja. Brilliant spell by him, 11 runs, 4 wickets and an economy rate of 2.75. And yes, he bowled our over of the day as well. He was in scintillating form today, and it was his over, in fact, the 10th over of the match, where he picked up a wicket and gave away 4 runs, and it was an astonishing catch by Dwayne Bravo actually that led to the dismissal of Watson. And let's now take a look at the points table. Chennai, like we mentioned, have returned to the top. They've played 12 matches, and with 16 points, they're right at the top. Rajasthan dropping to the 3rd place with 14 points. A big fight right there at the middle for that playoff spot. The last place is held by Bangalore, who have 13 points from 11 matches. Well, we've got Saurav Ganguly joining us from Calcutta, and we've got Nikhil Chopra in the studio. We will first start off with you, Dada. Great match out there. Chennai not registering a really big score. 158 probably looked chaseable. But the way the bowlers performed, and we have to talk about that spell from Ravindra Jadeja, brilliant bowling, and they never really let the Rajasthan batsmen score.
Yeah, but that's been the surface at Chennai, isn't it? If you look at the last 4 or 5 games, they've all been not very high scoring games. They defended a very low score against Knight Riders, then they lost a couple, defending a low score against the Rajasthan Royals and Mumbai, and once again today 150 they have defended. It's a slow pitch. Shot making is not easy, and you know, any total on the board is defendable, and that's what the Chennai Super Kings have showed.
Nikhil, you know, if we talk about the performance today, would Chennai have been happy with that 157 on board? A brilliant knock by Brendan McCullum out there. We should talk about that. But other than that, nobody really contributed, you know. Probably du Plessis with those 29 runs, but it was that one man's effort that made them reach those 157.
Well, not the easiest of tracks, not one of those kind of tracks that we've seen in the IPL where you can just pick the line of the ball and bat through. You know, here you had to plan your shots, and shot selection was the key. It's good to see McCullum, you know, when he lost a couple of wickets around him, shifted gears, you know, came down a gear, and then when needed, you know, he could shift gears as well. Different side of McCullum, and then once again 80 out of 60. So, you know, a responsible knock by him, and also that partnership with Faf, it helped. 157, you know, there's always room for improvement, but what a spell by Ravindra Jadeja. You know, picking up those 4 wickets on that track, you know, where it helped, but it's all about picking wickets, Radhika, in the middle, in those 4 overs. Surprisingly, you know, I'd like to ask Dada, not a single over being bowled by Jadeja, another strategy by Mahendra Singh Dhoni
out there. You know, Nikhil, we will ask Dada that question, but considering we are speaking about McCullum, and you have said, and even Dada said, that it was a difficult pitch to bat on, let's take a look at his wagon wheel and see where all he scored his runs, and how important does this innings become after the fact that it was a difficult pitch to bat on and nobody else really contributed out there.
If you look at the wagon wheel, because of the slowness of the track, you see square of the wicket, not too many runs. So you had to go after the bowlers with a full face of the bat. That's why the bulk of the score came in front of the wicket. You know, when you have pace, you can use the pace of the bowler, and that's when you get runs square of the wicket. Once the wicket slows down, Radhika, then you need to change your strategy in terms of your batting, and then you need to look to go hit in front of the wickets, and that's exactly what Brendan McCullum did.
You know, Dada, let's discuss the question that Nikhil mentioned. Ravichandran Ashwin is in the side. He's playing for Chennai. He's back from his injury, but he doesn't bowl a single ball in his ball in this match. What is it that probably Mahendra Singh Dhoni was thinking? Why was he in the side if he wasn't going to bowl?
I didn't get your question very clearly. I think, can you come back again, please?
Dada, I'm asking you, Ashwin was in the side for Chennai. He did not bowl at all. Why was he in the side, and what is the rationale that probably Mahendra Singh Dhoni would have not made Ashwin bowl?
And especially in the last game when he just bowled 4 overs for 17 and took 2 wickets. I think because there were too many right-handers in that Rajasthan Royals team, there wasn't anyone who batted left-handed, and Dhoni had options with the left-handers, Ravindra Jadeja and Negi. So they kept bowling him and kept taking the ball away from the right-handers. You know, when you defend these small totals, every over is important. So I'm sure Dhoni must have thought, okay, I'll bring Ashwin. But you know, it was so close, and and the run rate, asking rate was not very high. As a captain, you think, okay, I'll hold him back because my left-arm spinners are doing well. I don't want to give anything with the turn for the right-hand batsman. I think Ashwin is a much better bowler than that. Even if he would have bowled, I think he would have still been effective. But sometimes as a captain, you have to do things out of the box, and I think Dhoni did that. He actually went with the game. He saw that the left-handers were not being able to hit for boundaries, and he continued. His intention was to win the game. It doesn't matter who bowled and who didn't bowl. And I think that was the right way to go about.
Dada, what do you have to say about the Chennai fielding today? Bravo taking those 2 brilliant catches, but dropping one as well. McCullum dropping one, Du Plessis picking up one. So Chennai seem to have sort of a problem there. They pick those fantastic catches, then they drop easy ones. What do you have to say about that?
No, I think their catches will be dropped at times. You know, no cricket team in the world has a 100% record of taking catches. But Bravo is outstanding. As I say once again, these West Indian players are outstanding in T20 cricket. They just take their game to a different level. And Bravo is one of them as well. So look at his bowling, look at his fielding. You know, they just enjoy this shorter format. They don't believe in time. They don't believe in grinding. It's like their music. It's like their Jamaican reggae, which is only noise and drums and dance. And that's the way they play T20 cricket. So I'm not surprised with them. And as you said, when you spoke about the fielding, there will be days with sides who will drop catches, and you have to live with that.
You know, Nikhil, let's talk about Jadeja, since we did say that he bowled a brilliant spell today. Let's take a look at his pitch map. He seemed to have bowled a good line. He's anyways given away just 11 runs, picked those 4 wickets. So just talk us through how brilliant his bowling was today.
Phenomenal. If you look at that spell that he's bowled, 23 deliveries, where he's bowled in the good length area, he is hitting the spot well within the stump, and he got a couple of deliveries to turn as well. And that's what you want as a spinner, Once you get a couple to turn, you just create a little doubt. And when the ball's not coming onto the bat, Radhika, it gets more difficult for the batsman to play those big shots. And I'm glad that Jadeja is getting back into form. He's a good spinner, but we still need to see a little bit of performance from him from the bat. His bat has not been doing the talking. But a spell like that, I'm sure the captain and everybody else would be very, very happy.
Very happy. But Dada, what about the Rajasthan batting? They would have been disappointed with the way they batted. Ajinkya Rahane continues to be holding that orange cap. De Villiers probably coming in very close today. But Rajasthan will be disappointed with the way they batted. Smith, leading charge and taking over the captaincy, but not being able to perform with the bat. Neither did any of the batsmen.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what made the Rajasthan team go with Steven Smith as captain. But when you have a batting lineup full of overseas players like Watson, Smith, Faulkner, and once the wicket gets slow, and once the spinners just get a bit of grip, life becomes difficult. It's not easy. It's not the old Australian players, the likes of Hayden or Langer or Gilchrist, who knew how to score runs on slow turning pitches in the subcontinent. So once it starts turning and once it stops onto the bat, these players will have problems. That's why Ajinkya Rahane was so important. Once he got out, then it would have always been difficult for the Rajasthan Royals, or more so the Australian batsmen, to see them through.
Final comments, Nikhil. Where does Rajasthan go from here? They started off really well, but that top of the table has become really crowded, and it is going to be difficult to become in the top 4, qualify for the playoffs. You think Rajasthan can do it from here? They've sort of lost momentum.
Yeah, they have lost momentum, but they're a good side, I think. I'm sure, they'd want to push this performance behind them. I'm sure Rahul Dravid at the helm of things would want to try and imbibe some confidence, inspire the younger lot as well. And there's some senior players who, want to take on that responsibility. I have a feeling they'd win another game or two. They'll make it to the playoffs.
Dada, for you, what is it that Rajasthan need to do, chop and change probably to get that momentum back and qualify for the playoffs?
I don't know whether they have too many choices to deal with because they depend a lot on Smith, Watson, Faulkner. That's how they play the IPL, and that's how they go in the auction. So I don't know whether they can find a way out of it. But the good thing for them is they're playing at home now. They'll play KKR at home, and I think looking at the composition of the side, they're better off preparing wickets which have a bit of grass and which will come on to the bat, and that's the way the likes of Watson and Smith will be even more dangerous. So I think they need to find out the condition they will be playing from here on. They're playing at home, so it will be a lot easier for them to get what they want, and hopefully they win and make it to the last four.
Dada, thank you so much for all those valuable comments. Nikhil, thank you so much. Well, let us now shift focus to today's IPL offering. Having already been ruled out of the playoff berth, Punjab will look to restore some sort of pride against high-flying Hyderabad. Batting remains a concern for Punjab as Miller, Maxwell and Bailey have all failed to live up to their billing. Indian stars like Virender Sehwag and Murli Vijay have also failed to come to the party. In the bowling department, bold Mitchell Johnson and Anureet Singh have failed to keep up their early promises and have gone for too many runs. Hyderabad, meanwhile, are still in the hunt for a playoff spot. David Warner and Shikhar Dhawan constantly provide them with good starts, and foreign imports like Morgan and Moses Henriques have also come to the party in recent matches. Bowling too have found the balance as Bhuvneshwar Kumar leads the charge for Hyderabad. The match is scheduled to start at 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time and will be played at Hyderabad's home ground.